to Daily Eats. My name is Crystal Daily. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please take a moment and subscribe below. Also, click that like button. It helps my channel out. And also leave me a comment to say, hey girl, hey. So today we're going to be cooking Sunday dinner. I'm making pork loin boneless ribs. I'm also making my macaroni and cheese and some broccoli. I'm going to be showing you my special rub that I do on my ribs. It's a top secret, but I love you guys so much that I'm going to share with you that today. Also, I usually use baby back ribs, but today we wanted to do a little bit something like simpler. So we're going to be doing the boneless pork loin country style ribs. So let's just jump into the seasoning blend and I'll show you step by step how I'm going to do the ribs, the macaroni and cheese, and CEO is going to be doing the broccoli. Okay guys, let's get started on my secret rub. I'm going to be using some salt. I have some cayenne pepper, some garlic powder. This is onion powder, some chili powder, let that focus, some black pepper. I also have smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked paprika, you can use regular. And I also have some brown sugar, and I'm going to be using barbecue sauce at the end. Now, if you don't have the chili powder, cayenne pepper, and if you have this like Creole seasoning, this is like a substitute that you can use, or you can even add a little bit into your rub. But that's what I use for my secret rub, and my ribs are delicious. And here's the country style pork ribs that we're going to be using today. And so let's get started on putting this rub together to put on those delicious ribs. Also guys, I don't have it out, but for my barbecue sauce, I do use what is it called? What's it called, babe? The barbecue sauce?
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's. Yeah, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce only. I don't use that Heinz and nothing like that. Okay, so let's get started with a tablespoon of salt. Gonna throw that in there. Now, if you have more mixture, you can just leave it for the next time. You don't have to use all your mixture. It depends on how much ribs you have. I might have more. I'm just gonna put it in like a sealed bag or something just to store it if I have more. I'm gonna do some black pepper. Actually, that looks like it might be enough. So we're gonna just put the rest in here. Okay. I'm going to do my garlic powder. Ooh, that garlic powder smells good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a teaspoon of chili powder. We don't want it to be too spicy. Okay. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of cayenne. Okay, and then we're going to do also a teaspoon of paprika. And don't be scared about the spice level because we're going to do brown sugar, which will balance it out. If you find yours is a little bit too spicy, go on ahead and add more brown sugar, or you could just use whatever measurements you like. This is how I like to make my rub, but you feel free to do whatever you like. And there we go. About 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little spoon. I'm going to start mixing this up. Look how beautiful that is. And then what I'm going to do is add in my brown sugar to this mix. And now I'm going to start off with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. If you're feeling gutsy and you want to know what this tastes like, go ahead and taste it. It's not going to kill you like this. Okay. So that's about 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. But give it a taste if you want, just to see how it's coming along. I think I want a little bit more brown sugar, not too much. That's 1/2 tablespoon. There we go. And that's right where we want it to be. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil on my ribs just to give the seasoning something to work with. And being that these are no bone, we just want to give it a little oil to give it a little bit more fat. And we're just going to take our teaspoon that's here and drizzle some of that seasoning all over the ribs. Coat them ribs real good. Make sure each piece is coated nicely. Okay, then what we want to do is just press that good old seasoning in there. That looks good. Okay. Get this one a little bit more right over here at the end. And then we're going to flip these over, and then we're going to season the other side. And then that should be good. I'm not going to season all 4 sides because we don't want these to be overly seasoned. So we're just going to, you know, go ahead and sprinkle some. And plus, it's going to get in them crevices, so we're going to get that going. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Y'all know that looks good. Okay. Okay. So that's looking beautiful. And I already have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. And then we're going to put them in there. We're going to let these babies cook for about, let's see. I'm going to start with an hour, and then we're going to go back and check on them. Okay, because what I like to do is I like to put my barbecue sauce on them and just let them cook in the oven like that, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a nice little another drizzle of olive oil. Again, guys, these are boneless, so we want that fat. We want that nice fat. And see how that seasoning got on the sides of the ribs? You could just kind of get them going, but they kind of got on the side of the ribs. That's why you don't need to season all 4 sides. Look how beautiful these things are. Okay, get that olive oil nice and going on these babies. We're on to the macaroni and cheese. I have water boiling here. It's ready for my pasta. This is I didn't show this, and I can't remember if I showed it or not, but I love this noodle. It's called Celentini. I believe that's how it's pronounced. But look at the corkscrew, and it holds sauce so good. So I know the tradition is elbow. I use both, but I'm gonna use this today. So let's take the lid off. We're gonna salt our water generously. Oops. Okay. Salt the water generously, and now we're gonna add in beautiful pasta, and we're going to give that a quick stir and let that come up to a boil. Okay, so it's time for the mac and cheese to assemble this together. I have my pasta drained off here, and we're going to add that to our pan. It's nice and hot. And then I'm going to add, that's CEO sneezing in the background. Say, hey, babe. But this is unsalted butter. And then I'm going to put about maybe 1 tablespoon of butter into the pasta. It's not going to hurt anybody. We like to make this nice and rich. This is a rich dish. Add another little piece. That wasn't quite a tablespoon that I had. I'm just cutting it up now, but I'm gonna add the 1 tablespoon. If you feel like you wanna put more butter, listen, knock yourself out. So I have that there. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in there. We're gonna put a little bit of pepper. Oops, well, that's okay. This part was open, but it's fine. That's actually enough of pepper. And then we're gonna just give this a nice little stir. Get that pepper distributed so it don't be all in one spot. Now, a lot of people use evaporated milk for their macaroni and cheese, but my wonderful husband, CEO, is lactose intolerant. So we're going to use lactose-free milk. You could use whole milk or whatever you have on hand. I have 2% milk, so we're going to use that. But, you know, again, if you want to use your evaporated milk, use that. It tastes the same. It doesn't really alter the taste. I know the back in the days, well, at least if you like do the soul cooking, our parents did the evaporated milk. So I'm going to just start with a little bit of milk just to kind of cool down those noodles a little bit and get the cheese going. Now, I'm going to do like a 3-cheese macaroni and cheese. I'm going to use extra sharp cheese, and Velveeta. This is the Velveeta that I'm going to be using. And then I'm going to be using extra sharp cheese and sharp cheese. So we're just going to get that all in there. And be generous with your cheese. Ooh, look how pretty. And then we're going to slice some of that Velveeta in there. Babe, would you like to be my sous chef really quickly and hand me some extra sharp cheese? I thought I had extra sharp, but I actually got 2 sharps.
Sure.
So we're going to just put that Velveeta in there. Just do a little drops of the Velveeta just to make it nice and creamy. So that's the 3 cheese, the Velveeta, the sharp and the extra sharp.
You say you want sharp?
I want extra sharp.
Extra sharp.
And we're going to get that going in there. Thank you, babe. Hopefully this will break up. This is like frozen rock hard solid. Guys, I shred my cheese and freeze it. So I'm just gonna have to throw some of that extra sharp in there. I do that just to preserve the cheese and to make sure I always have stuff on hand. But that's gonna bake up anyway, so that's gonna be fine. And it's giving me enough to actually be able to put in there. Okay, so we're gonna give that a stir. And then we're just gonna add more milk. And then we're gonna put a little bit of egg in there. Now, I just use 1 egg with mine. Feel free to put how many eggs you like. I actually have an egg allergy, but 1 egg is not gonna hurt me. Some people, I know when they make macaroni and cheese, they put like 6 eggs, and that's like an egg casserole to me. I know you egg lovers may love that, but listen, it's not a casserole, it's macaroni and cheese. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna get that well distributed. Now, some people also make their cheese sauce on top of the stove. You can do that. They do a roux with flour and, ooh, look at that baby. They do it like a roux with flour with the milk on top of the stove, but I like to do it like this. This is like kind of how my mom used to make it. Now, I just kind of eyeball my milk. You can do what you feel best, but make sure you have enough milk to make it creamy. Now, there's different variations to macaroni and cheese. Again, guys, if you have a recipe that, you know, your family makes, that's great. But this is just like a quick mac and cheese, and it's absolutely delicious. We're gonna just put a little bit of cheese on the top. And then we're gonna put this in the oven, and we're gonna bake this until the cheese is melted for about maybe 30-35 minutes. You know, throw a little bit of cheese on the top like that. Now also, if you want to do a little paprika on the top, you can feel free to do that. A lot of people do that. Okay, guys. So we're going to throw that in the oven. We're going to cook that for 35 minutes, and we're going to start on our broccoli.
Hi, everybody. I'm taking over for Crystal right now.
You're not taking over for me.
I'm just going to be doing some steamed broccoli. I am taking over for you, babe. And this is just broccoli for 2. Normally I'll make a little bit more. A lot of people, they put too much water in their broccoli and they give it like a soggy broccoli. We don't want to do that. We want it nice and crisp with some flavor. So basically I got my heat on almost high. It's a little bit medium high. And put about a quarter cup of water in there.
Show them where you put the line at.
What line?
The quarter cup.
Oh, about right here.
Right there. So that's a quarter cup. Ooh, let it focus. Okay.
About a quarter cup of water.
Okay.
All right. And what you're going to do, let that come to like a little boil. I got some regular butter. You can use salted butter or unsalted butter. I have unsalted butter, so that's why I have the salt here. And 3 ingredients: butter, salt, and a little bit of garlic. And that's how I do my steamed broccoli. And I'm gonna let that come to a quick boil. And I'm just gonna drop these in now since it's getting kind of hot. Now, I'm gonna add some salt.
How much salt do you think that is?
Eyeball.
I gotta say eyeball.
It's about a teaspoon.
Teaspoon of salt.
Teaspoon of salt. I'm not gonna add the garlic here. I want the garlic to be pronounced because if I add it now, it's just gonna soak down to the bottom into the water, and I don't want that. And my butter's gonna go last too. Get everything covered with the water. You wanna cook with high heat with this because like I said, we're steaming it. It's coming. So now I'm gonna cover it just to trap that steam in there. We got pretty good pots. So I'll come back and let you guys see how it looks after it starts to steam. All right, so that's gonna get nice and steamy.
Now he had that really for like what, 1 minute?
About a minute. And now what we're gonna do is add our butter. Maybe a teaspoon. You add as much butter as you want. I don't add too much because I don't want it too buttery. And this is the important part right here. You're gonna add your garlic.
That's garlic powder, right?
Garlic powder.
Can you use fresh garlic?
I mean, it's not gonna have the same effect. And that wasn't coming out. You don't want to add too much garlic either. So that's like half a teaspoon garlic.
I hate when it be looking all dull.
I know.
That's when you know it's overcooked, if you looking dull.
And that's about it right there. And you don't want to cover it back up because what that does is gonna
cook it a
little bit too much, and then it's gonna get soggy, what you don't want. I'm just gonna turn off my heat and we're good to go.
All right. Okay, so I took the ribs out of the oven and I just put some of the Sweet Baby Ray's on them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna brush them and get them nice and coated. Get all sides coated. And then we're gonna just throw them back into the oven and let them cook down for a little bit. Now you could add whatever sauce that you like, but my preference, like I said earlier, was Sweet Baby Ray's. Put them back into the oven for about maybe 10 minutes till it's nice and golden brown. Until that sauce is nice and bubbly. And then they'll be ready to pull out of the oven. Let me show you what the macaroni and cheese is looking like. Oh, baby, baby, baby. We're gonna let that go back into the oven too. Again, I got my oven on 400 degrees. I'll come back and serve this all up. And here it is, guys, all plated up. The beautiful ribs with that barbecue sauce, my baked macaroni and cheese, and the broccoli. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment below. Let me know what type of ribs you like to eat best. Make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe, guys. You wanna say something, babe?
Yep, enjoy the rest of your day. As Crystal would say, rest of your blessed day.
Until next time, guys. Peace out.
Bye.